Alright, being at 6:30, November 18th, 2025, the Hadley Conservation Commission. First order of business, request for determination of applicability, Cummins Road culvert. An understanding that's being continued.
Yeah, the applicant requested a continuance to March of 2026. So we need a motion for that.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All those in favor? Alright, aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Item 2, request for determination of applicability for the Phelps Farm. Do we have anyone here to speak to that? How are you? Good. Good.
Do I speak to that?
Yes.
This farm has been undergoing a ditch clearing in connection with the MDA's program for making sure APR properties are maintained in agricultural use. There's this area of drainage that was not bridged and should be bridged in order for this farm to be able to get across it and actually do the mowing.
Okay.
We proposed to put in a culvert on that without any obstruction for them.
So, okay, I just put the plan up on, or the picture up on the screen. I'm gonna get rid of the text if that's okay, just because it makes it easier to see everything.
Yep.
That would provide access to approximately 3 acres that's otherwise not accessible.
Okay.
It has been in cultivation. Okay.
So this is an intermittent stream, right? Because it doesn't flow year round?
Correct.
Okay. Is this the approximate location, this area?
Yes.
Okay.
Just where you just cleaned the ditch just now,
Where
right?
is this?
Huntington 47, I believe, correct?
Well, you know,
it's home to roll.
right across from Porter Phelps.
Yeah.
That's right behind that.
The
And
greenhouse?
that are, yeah, the grade is behind that.
Okay.
And the fields that are part of Phelps Farm. This is,
Yeah, I can't picture where it is, okay.
you'd have to
This is
rotate
River
this.
Drive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so.
There we go.
Sideways, so
There we
kind of
go.
rotate it.
No, I didn't know where River Drive was.
Yeah.
Compared to everything, okay.
And so recently you mowed these ditches, right? You cleared them out?
I'm sorry?
You recently mowed these ditches, so they're pretty cleared out
Yes.
right now? Okay. So I guess as part of the special conditions, I think that we should wait until those areas are revegetated before doing any of this work. So that the bank is stabilized, the ditches are stabilized. I think that's my suggestion.
Was this something you guys were looking to do before winter time, or?
We were, because it would be consistent with the work that's been done presently, and it would all revegetate at the same time, and it would create access for the spring, and also it would,
Okay.
be consistent with the NDAR's program of support for actually doing this work. If it extends, it can't be part of that
Okay.
program.
So
So you're looking to put a pipe across, I'm sorry, a road across the ditch.
Basically, just a crossing, which would be a culvert with
right.
open
Do
stone.
you have a set of plans or anything like that, or?
A drawing of the actual
Drawing,
profile of the
sketches,
culvert.
anything?
No, I do not.
Okay, all right, because I mean, we're, this Cummins Road one, was coming up, and, we've been talking about that one as well. Back and forth, and we really don't have any specs on this stuff, and I think we've really gotta establish some of these right now.
I will,
Properly sized piping, bedding material, how to control the erosion while the construction's going on. We just can't be putting in a 5-inch, 6-inch pipe, just out of the blue,
and this was on the advice of Carl, so that would be a 15-inch pipe with large scale fresh stone,
And they got
consistent with what they've done elsewhere on that.
all right, no, I mean, they've got an engineer that'll sign off on this and everything like that. I mean, we just wanna make sure that we're not affecting people upstream, and we wanna remain consistent with everybody that's gonna be coming across us now.
Yeah,
And just listen, everybody comes to us with
Sure.
ditch problems. We seem to be the catch-all with ditches.
understood.
So, yeah, so I don't know, I mean, I think going forward, we're gonna be establishing some criteria, just to make sure that we don't support teacher for people that are, that anybody that's looking to do this kind of work.
Yeah, do it once, do it right.
Right,
They did it right back in my shop, they did it, they could do it again because the culverts are
yeah,
low enough.
Mhm.
Yeah, flowing, it flows on that property, beautiful, you go back in my shop and there's nothing, you walk right across it.
Now,
They can do it right the first time.
how often does this happen, going through it?
It varies.
It's mostly, it's contingent on the weather.
No, mostly when
You're gonna
it
get
is
a
a
lot.
rainstorm.
runoff in the springtime, I'm sure.
It usually flows up in the woods
Mhm.
fairly consistently, but when it starts to dry out, when the land starts to dry out, then the flow slows down
Yeah,
and becomes negligible. The ditch is restoration of a ditch that's historically been
Mhm.
on that property. We used to open it up with one bottom plow.
yeah,
Because the purpose of that ditch was to prevent the drainage failure that occurred once the ditch maintenance had not been done.
it's good that flow backwards, center, was it nine?
The main creek flows under Huntington, behind the property Divines are renting now, behind the old Pulmowski farm, and comes out right next to
So
the
it goes-
Atlantic.
So it goes south, it goes south. Okay, all right.
This,
Where did it start going north? It comes out by Jimmy
Comes
Dick's
across
house.
Mount Warner Road, actually, in front of Architectural Timber. And
That's where it goes
down
north?
along behind the, to the east of Architectural Timber, down the dunes behind Pipchinsky's in the valley.
Yeah.
There, that's
That
there.
big ravine right there,
And then-
where I starts heading
It's
south.
just funny how one goes one way, one.
Right, it's,
Well, they're both, it's all going in the same direction.
Yeah.
The one from Mount Warner is actually flowing
just
down
the
the south, and this is united with
one
another.
just feeds into the.
That's where the culvert right there.
We want to put it
It's like
at, just where this one part of the
oh, okay.
flow comes in and ultimately joins into the major drainage that comes through right behind the, house at 137. Your house, 123.
113.
113, okay.
123 and 113.
Yeah.
Comes down the edge
So
of.
it's a small tributary, but it
Yeah, you don't even see it from the road, from Huntington Road, you won't even see it, correct?
correct.
No,
Right, okay.
Mostly it's contained within a dud ditch that's about this wide and this.
Yep.
And you got the approval from the APR program?
They're totally in favor of it.
Do they have any, resources where they could, establish the size of the pipe or anything like that,
Or
or?
the depth,
I don't know. We haven't held with them in that regard.
Yeah, I can call Tina if you want.
We felt like we had plenty of capacity with a 15 or 20 inch culvert to
Yeah, I mean,
cover more
I'm
than,
sure it would be,
more than
but
is in the physical.
we would hate for this to go forward and go through with it, and then come springtime with a heavy rain event, we realize that it's not capable of taking that flow, and then you're back into that area again.
We'd be no worse off than we are.
Well, I understand that, yeah.
like I said before, do it once, I mean, 16 inches.
Right, exactly.
Not really big
I think we all saw I'll never forget, on Long Hollow Farm, before Lowe's was built there, they put in a 20-inch pipe, 24-inch pipe, right where that road is, that goes. And there was a big rainstorm, and the only thing that was left was the pipe, everything was washed out all the way around it.
The one thing I will say for that creek is that in my memory, and I grew up on that farm.
Mhm.
In my memory, the flow is pretty consistent year round.
Yeah.
It's just like if we get a really dry summer, and because it hadn't been, the stream depth hadn't been maintained to the crossfield ditch, it made a delta. That's what the
Right.
problem has been.
All right, yeah.
But it never gets to be a particularly violent flow. It's a little faster moving than the one that goes behind the houses and under Huntington, but it's not ripple.
Gotcha. So what are we talking about? Are we talking?
It's actually not even mapped, but you see the
Oh,
little
okay.
depression area.
Yep,
It basically crosses.
that's where it is?
Yeah. Actually, no, it's.
I think it's further south.
No, No, it's not further south. You're right, it's not even shown on this, on this map, actually.
Kayla, if you do the
Because-
3 layers, it'll show a different data layer.
Which one?
Close to where you enter that into the left.
Mhm.
I'll hit that box with the 3.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and then select one of those.
Right about there, where you just were.
Oh,
So it's all to the left of the hills and the
Oh.
trees.
is it,
You go north a little bit, a little bit to the right.
we don't know.
Right about there. That feels great.
Yeah, I know you're right about that ditch, it's very small compared to the one that's next to Huntington Road for sure.
Yeah,
You can jump across that one.
Are you gonna open that up all the way, just continue on, or?
don't need to.
Don't need to?
It's well contained by the grade there.
Right.
Just in that one area where it comes out into the field, that the surround flattens out. And then if it's not contained, it has the opportunity to spread out. It doesn't make a wetland, but it makes it too wet to go across with a tractor when you want to.
Right, is there a, is this where the trail goes up into Mount Warner and
It's
everything?
below that.
Oh, okay.
South of that.
Okay.
That trail is right on the boundary, of, the lot that, is 123 there even.
This is 123, right?
Yeah.
That's 123?
Well, that second piece is too.
Yeah, okay.
The trail is just right, comes in from the street from
Along
47,
the edge of the field there.
just along the north boundary of that, and then passes through that little area and moves along the line
Okay.
to the right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way I feel. I mean, I think getting these size right and getting them correctly built. I think it's a long time coming. I think we should be doing something like that. And this could be, this is applicable, I think, to any ditch or drainage or anything like that.
Now, is this something that you'd look to maybe see if Carl's has an engineer or APR has an engineer that can look at it and come up with some form of like an as-built?
If that's necessary, yes.
I think we should start with that.
Just
Yeah.
something like that.
And then, I mean, not saying we'd definitely be able to go through with it this year, but I think once we have all that set in stone and figured out.
Yeah, and I think, building in the winter, when everything gets frozen up a little bit, I think Carl's will have, I think it'd be a little bit easier getting in there and when everything gets a little bit more solid.
Actually, they did the ditch remediation just last month.
Oh, yeah, south of you.
All through
that field.
That field, I know.
Yeah, so ideally, this would be in conjunction with that, both in terms of construction, reconstruction.
No, I understand that,
And in
absolutely.
terms of financing,
Yeah, oh, okay, yeah.
so that's a motivation too, but,
That's why we said do it once,
Yeah,
do it once, do it right, and
I mean, that's a nice job, I mean, they did a really good
yeah,
job.
they're clearly
Yeah.
are paying attention to what they're doing and alert.
Yeah.
That's performing really well.
yeah.
Good. But yeah, I mean, I think that's something we'd be looking for, something, just, properly sized pipes, a sketch, some plans, something like that, showing what you got, and if you can get some sizing or anything like that from APR, or whoever, I
I
mean,
think they work with NRCS a lot too.
Yeah.
there you go.
Is there data to supporting this, or is it a field observation thing?
What do you mean?
Well, to the degree it's being engineered.
Yeah, I mean, I used to do engineering, drainage studies like this, I mean, where you
Okay,
you'll take the whole area that drains into that location, you'll take the types of soils that you have there, calculate the runoff times and size the pipe accordingly. So it's, it's not that, it can be done pretty quickly,
okay.
yeah. And I don't see any reason why you wouldn't be looking at, why you couldn't build it this winter time, while everything's a little bit, dormant and frozen. Or a little bit more solid out there.
What are your thoughts on that?
But yeah, that makes sense to me. So do you want to continue it to December then, which would be about 3 weeks from now?
I guess so.
If you can get a hold of
In 3 weeks.
everyone at APR,
Yeah.
and I would say just get a hold of whoever you can and say this is what we're kind of looking for, and if they can come up with something by that date, then I think we can move you along.
Yeah,
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
So,
And then in the meantime, I mean, Barry, we were talking earlier about coming up with some sort of policy for this sort of thing.
yeah, we can do
Maybe
that.
that's something that we could work on for next meeting or
Right.
sometime soon too.
I'd like to get it done sooner, so make sure that he's got it and.
Yeah.
yeah, no, absolutely.
You know.
And we can build it off of what we come up
Right.
with for this project too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get that
So, right, let's connect about that and put something together.
the next day or two, yeah, absolutely. Okay,
Okay, so we need a motion.
All right, so I'll be looking for a motion to continue the Phelps Farm Culvert project to the next meeting in December.
I'll make a motion to continue it.
a second.
All those in favor?
Alright,
Aye. Great. Well, thank you.
Well, thank you.
Item 3, we need to amend the OOC file number 170-304. Oh, this is actually not happening tonight.
Yeah, so the applicant withdrew that request.
Okay,
They're probably gonna come back with a new NOI with like a comprehensive lake management plan.
got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Like
What
water
did
issue
Yeah.
that it was here for? Okay.
What was this 17304 for? Was this for the?
They to do a drawdown.
Oh, okay.
So we can just skip right past that. Okay. All right, I don't need a motion to skip it. I don't think so.
I don't think so because the applicant withdrew it.
Yeah.
We're not denying it.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're good.
let's-
All right, item 4, notice of intent.
And also, you don't have to stay for the whole thing unless you have any other questions.
No, I'm actually involved with Lake Water also.
Oh, okay.
And
Well,
pretty interested in a couple of these out there.
Sure,
Okay.
sure.
well, you're welcome to stay as long as you want.
All right, NOI for, file number 170-307, 88 Shattuck Road.
Oh, that is us.
Sure is.
Jake Marley, yes, hello, welcome. So we realize that we're members, at least one member short to vote, on the project as we were a month ago. So we wanna, ask for a continuance, but we'd also like to know if the same individuals that are out are dealing with something that it's hard to answer this question, but the circumstance is that if they're out again next month, like how do we get a vote on this project?
No, I understand.
If there's not, like, we understand there's a, there is a process of seeking an appeal and then going to DEP to get a superseding order of conditions to circumvent this, but that's not.
Not something we want to do either.
We don't, yeah, we certainly don't want to do that. It seems like we're ready to discuss conditions and go for a vote. We just need members, so.
they're both of them are sick, so it's.
Yeah.
They're both
Yeah.
have issues,
Something,
so.
It's understandable, but I just was curious.
Yeah.
Procedurally, like, I've never dealt with,
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
it's
Yeah.
not common.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, on our end, I just found out that our chair is probably gonna be on medical leave for a while, so
Oh, goodness,
it
yeah.
might not be back for a little bit. So that's something that we're gonna have to, I just found this out the other day. So
Yeah.
we haven't started the process of, figuring out what we're gonna do as a chair. We don't know if he's gonna come back or when he's gonna come back, so. One thing we were looking at is getting like an alternate in the meantime.
Interim, yeah.
Yeah, which we just have to start that process administratively. And we're gonna try to get it figured out as quickly as we can. Because we want a full commission too.
Yeah.
Understandable.
So,
Yeah.
As soon as you have more word on that, if that's not something that's gonna come to fruition in time, like,
Yeah.
in 3 weeks from now, it may be in our best interest to start going down the other path, but
yeah, ideally we would have that figured out by December, because I think
That's
that
great.
that's something that that's a priority right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
cool.
I will have to talk with Gary and see what his plans are, and I know that maybe he doesn't really know what's going on, but if he's not planning on coming back for a little bit, we should at least get a temporary alternate, which I believe is possible within the statute of establishing the Conservation Commission. I just also have to check with like the clerk and everything on the process for appointing somebody to that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
We used to have alternates. We used to have them.
so let's bring
I
it
don't
back.
know where
Yeah, we probably
Where
should.
they ended up, we used to have them.
Okay.
Where are they?
That was years ago, but there was alternates for the conservation committee. That was,
No excuse not to have a full meeting, you know? Well,
I agree with
I
you.
get it, but
I agree with you. I mean,
Yeah.
he called me and I told him we gotta call Gordon up to make sure, and I didn't realize he was in the hospital, so
yeah,
we could have dragged him down here if he wasn't in the hospital. You know, so,
so would you be comfortable with moving this to the meeting in December? And if we have anything on our end beforehand, we can let you know that, hey, this is gonna work, or hey, this isn't gonna work, and
Absolutely,
we're
yeah,
gonna go from there.
yeah,
Unfortunately, that's all we can do tonight. I'm
that's
sorry.
understandable, no, we understand that, yeah. You know, it's not it's no one's fault that.
Right.
Yes, that exists, but if it was to continue like month after month,
yeah.
No, I
that
understand
is
that.
a
That's
unique and awkward position for this project, so that's.
right.
You're right. We're not gonna argue with that.
Okay,
But yeah, appreciate your understanding, and, yeah, we'll stay tuned for if there's any news,
okay.
affirmatively or not, for that, December 9th meeting, and then,
It is
Yeah,
December
I'll-
9th,
yeah,
right?
we can figure out next things.
All right, so,
Motion to continue?
yeah, I'm gonna be looking for a motion to continue, EDH Status Road project.
Make a motion to continue.
Looking for a second.
Static Road.
Second, all those in favor? Aye.
So thank you.
Yeah.
It's coming out.
Thank you.
Sure.
All right, item 5, NOI for file number 170-305, that's gonna be for 133A Mount Warner Road, the Plainville Farm Dual Solar Project.
Good evening, members of the commission. Andrew Gorman from Beals and Thomas. Also joined with me this evening on behalf of the applicant is Jackie Boyer from Beals and Thomas and Justin Gilleth on behalf of Solar Collective. Since our last meeting, we've submitted a revised restoration plan, which included a bump out of the upland area abutting the original footprint of the wetland restoration area that shows an area reserved for seeding and shrub plantings. So the commission should be in receipt of that, and we're in a position now where we're respectfully asking for an order of conditions for both this project and to encompass the restoration effort that was memorialized in the enforcement order.
Can you zoom in a little bit? Thank you. Okay, so, there was a page where it said the square footage of the mitigation area.
Yep,
Yeah.
it should be right there. Yep.
So, yeah, basically they added that green, splashed area
Okay,
to, so is that square footage equal to the amount of square footage that's in the buffer zone of the building, I mean?
Of the structure. Yep. So
Okay.
strictly the buffer zone.
This last time.
that's what we were looking for the last meeting.
Yeah.
To replicate that.
Yeah.
Somewhere else, okay.
So basically there's the, wetland restoration area with the plantings and then that additional mitigation area. And then so how many of there's the little wetland area signs, are there 4 of those?
Yep. So everywhere where that signage is depicted, that circle symbol with a horizontal line on top of it, I
Yeah,
believe we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shown.
okay, 5. Okay.
Yep. It's pretty well demarcated in the field too by the break in topography, but those markers serve as a good way to remind landowners not to, trudge in with a mower and stuff like that.
Okay.
Does the commission have any questions or comments?
This was the only thing that we were asking for from last meeting, though, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I think if all of that's actually in place and it's flagged and marked and everyone's on the same page with it, I don't see any reason why we couldn't move forward with this.
Because this was required by the enforcement order, but we're approving it under the order of conditions.
Right,
So the project actually is just buffer zone only.
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I think as long as this is in place, I think,
And the other thing was moving the equipment.
yeah, was that moved?
That's, I believe, captured as part of this, the equipment area to be removed. We have a leader calling out to it on the left-hand side here,
Okay,
highlight the trailer. So that's going to be undertaken as part of that restoration effort. as memorialized also in the enforcement order. Yeah.
That's something we wanna see done first, or?
I think just get that equipment out as soon as possible.
Okay,
I think, yeah, I don't think we need to wait for that. We can, I mean, that's a requirement of the enforcement order, so it has to happen.
it has to happen before anything else can really
Yeah.
move forward, so as long as the owner is aware of that's part of one of the conditions that needs to take place before anything else.
Okay, should I share? I have some suggested special conditions. Let me share my screen and we could just go through them. Okay, so pre-construction, prior to any ground disturbance, the applicant or their contractor shall install erosion and sedimentation controls at the limit of work line in accordance with the plans. Prior to any ground disturbance, it's 5 wetland resource area signs shown on the restoration area plans must be in place, and siltation barriers shall be placed at the limit of the restoration areas. Prior to construction, the applicant shall provide the Conservation Commission the name and contact information for contractors responsible for erosion control monitoring. Prior to construction, the applicant shall submit a construction sequencing plan to the Conservation Commission. The applicant or representative shall arrange a pre-construction site visit to review and approve the erosion and sediment controls. Just a reminder that you still must receive all permits from local, state, or federal agencies before work begins. During construction, there are no wetland crossings, temporary or permanent, approved by this order. No vegetation removal outside the perimeter of the existing farm field is approved by this order, and at no time shall any equipment or materials be stored in wetland resource areas or the buffer zone unless indicated on the plans. Post-construction, a certificate of compliance for this project will not be issued until the mitigation and restoration area plantings are determined to be successful, at least 75% cover after 2 full growing seasons, and no dumping of snow, vegetation, or debris into the drainage area, resource areas, or restoration areas. And then we'll also add to the pre-construction requirements that the equipment shall be removed before any work begins.
That's fair.
Just one quick clarifying question. Does the pre-construction meeting need to take place before the material removal, or is that strictly, is the commission's interpretation that is strictly related to the solar panels?
I think probably all at once. Probably we'll just want to see the equipment removed and the erosion controls all at once.
Okay. Okay. But you don't want material taken out before that site visit, or we should just start?
The equipment should be removed before the site visit, I believe,
Okay.
right? That's
all I'm asking you.
What do you think, Brett?
Yeah, so if all the equipment's out of the way and all of your silt control, erosion control is in place, that's what we're gonna wanna see before anything moves forward from there.
That's.
Yeah, I would think that you guys, sorry, it's Justin. Before we start any construction, we will set up a inspection for you guys so you could see that we've met the requirements of the special conditions.
If you guys are fine with the special conditions that Kayla just read, I think that would be the best thing. Just get all that stuff done beforehand. We'll take a look at it, then get moving. So
I'm fine with that.
perfect. All right. So would we be looking
We're
for?
looking for a motion to issue an order of conditions with the suggested special conditions.
Okay, so we need that in place before.
That's it.
Okay.
Or actually, we need to close the hearing first. Motion to close the hearing.
Right, I just want to clarify if you could scroll down, I don't mean that we're waiting 2 planting seasons to see that the restoration has taken place. Is that what you're looking for?
That's what we're looking for to issue to close the permit out after everything's done.
Right, but not for me to start construction.
No.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Thank you.
We'll see you in 2027. No, that's not.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, so I'll be looking for a motion to close this hearing before we can vote in everything else, so.
Make a motion to close this hearing.
Second. I have a motion in a second. All those in favor? Aye. Beautiful. Okay, so now I will be looking for a motion to accept the order conditions on top of the special order conditions that were added on to for the 133 Mount Warner Road Plainville Farm dual use solar project.
I say we accept them as they're written, including special conditions.
Yep, we have a motion, looking for a second, motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, beautiful. Okay, so yeah, once we get all that stuff figured out and everything's moved out of there and the erosion control and whatnot is up, we'll take a look at it and keep moving.
Excellent. We look forward to kicking off the process with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Who should I send the, order to?
You
Justin,
can send it to,
Justin?
Yeah, you can send it to all of us, that's fine. Send it to Solar Collective and Beals and Thomas for
Well, I
attendance here.
need the original copy to be
Oh,
recorded.
the original copy, send it to Beals and Thomas.
And should that be addressed to you, Andrew, or Jackie?
me or Jackie, either one of us.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Signatures.
Yep. We're staying on to the next one too, right?
Yeah.
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 Can I get into that now?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, so item 6, NOI. Number 170-306, that's gonna be for 143 Mill Valley Road, Parsons Farm dual use solar. And what do we have new on that?
So we're working on getting a peer review. We just, assigned the contract with the peer reviewer. They're in the process of reviewing it and they should have it for our next meeting.
Okay,
Right. Do you know when Mr. Curry will be performing his site visit, just so we know to alert the landowner?
He said he was going out this week, but I haven't, when I told him to let me know when he was gonna go out. Why don't I just put you two in touch and then he can just contact you directly?
Perfect.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that the landowner's aware. Yep.
Okay.
before they show up there, yeah. Okay. We need to close that.
Then we need to continue it.
Okay.
So we'll be requesting a continuance while the peer reviewer is engaged and working through the comments. Yeah.
Perfect. All right, I'll be looking for a motion to continue the Parsons Farm dual use solar project
For December.
to December 9th.
Make a motion to continue it.
Looking for a second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Beautiful. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, item 7, NOI, North Maple Street, Rocky Hill Road, lots 10C 61 and 10C 61.1. Who do we have here to speak to that?
Good evening, I'm Steve Burberry, wetland scientist over at Goddard Consulting. Do you have to put up screen camera?
Yeah, I actually don't have the digital plans.
Okay. He's old school.
Oh, boy.
Where do you want me to put it?
Anywhere is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll start talking while I'm setting it up. So yeah, we're here for North Maple LLC. They own the land. Barry Roberts, one of his companies, that put in a solar project. They're having a planning board meeting on this project tonight.
Mhm.
From what I've heard. That's why I'm the only one here. But we don't have DEP comments yet. We don't have Mass Natural Heritage comments yet. So I think this will be more of a informational discussion and get you guys' initial input onto it. We're still waiting for DEP comments anyway, so. Didn't know the order, so I put the other project first.
What is it with all these solar farms?
You know, all
This is a dual use one too, so.
This is the new doing this?
Yep.
This is another proposed dual use solar, yeah. So this is Rocky Hill Road. North Maple Street is way over here. So there's a big parcel that's kind of, you gotta come in through this kind of shared access, and it comes into this big open field here, this existing hay field.
This is the other prop, I don't know if you remember, it was maybe 2 years ago, year and a half ago, we got an ANRAD on this northern parcel. So we got all the wetlands confirmed up in here. We're only using part of this parcel for the electrical line to come through, but the solar field is on these southern few parcels here within the existing hay field. This is I think it's 3.4 megawatt, 3.5 megawatt proposed solar farm. So there's a tree line, you can kind of see it right down in here. Goes down here, and this is basically a shrub line. This is all very open, emergent wetland type habitat, some, shrubby wetlands on the edge between the field and the more open wetlands out in that area. This is all forested wetland down in here, like way inside the tree line, like red maple swamp type habitat. So they're proposing a little bit of cutting just on the edge here. And here there's no cutting needed because it's really just hayfield pretty much to the shrub line. There's existing tree line up in here, there's some wetlands up in here, this kind of all feeds into that wetland we got the ANRAD on a couple years ago. So yeah, we have 3 different wetland series. We have wetland W, which is kind of down here, wetland B, which is down this wetland here. They're really the same wetland system. They come to a point right about down here off the property. But this is the forested wetland that feeds into this more open wetland. And we did extend, so this line was approved prior, but we did hang some additional flags down here just to extend this line a little bit. And I'll tell you why in a minute. But we needed this line taken down just a little bit, so we have like 5 or 6 flags down here just to extend this wetland down. We call that the Z wetland, just to continue from that one. So the idea of this project is they'll have construction access off of Rocky Hill Road, so you don't have to go through wetlands, nothing like that. Everything is going to be mostly outside of buffer, like the blue is the 100-foot buffer. Everything, a little bit into the 100-foot buffer, nothing in the 30-foot. Respecting that very easily. Minimal grading on this site, pretty much just have to grade in a little bit of an access road up in here. Here's the electrical pad on this end over here. So mostly it's going to be a road up to here, electrical pad, and this is just going to be all solar arrays, fence around it, like you do on all these solar sites. Like I said, it's dual use. They're going to have the panels mounted in such a way that they can still hay the fields. That's the whole point of having the dual use. So it's just a plan that shows the wetlands, crossings. The only part that we have to have any disturbance to wetland is for the electrical line. Below that, here we go. So if you look, this part right here, it's pulling up here. So that's the electrical pad is over here. So the easiest, best way to get the electrical in is way off of Maple Street.
Okay.
North Maple. So I would kind of come in, actually it's probably easier to show you coming in instead of going backward. That's now. So on North Maple, that's that farm road that comes in. It's like that really narrow spot here.
Yep.
And it kind of comes in, and there's all these trails that kind of meander through this thick morass of olive and sumac and everything that's grown up over time. But the idea is to kind of have the electrical come in through here, follow this trail that's down here. They'll probably have to make it a little bit wider, but it's already kind of brush mowed now so the tractors can get through. But we basically be widening the trail through here, come into this point here, so the narrowest location of the wetland, set a pole over here, set a pole on this side, and just have the wire go over the wetland. So our 2 crossing, we'll call them crossing locations, we're not really filling wetland at all. So this location, we have set a pole right on the edge of the wetland here in the buffer zone, another pole right over here that's about like a 200-foot span.
Mm-hmm.
They put down temporary matting in here because they have to drive the wire across, so it'd just be timber mats, 1 mat wide. All they have to do is drive like a ATV or like a buggy kind of thing, like nothing bigger than a pickup truck, just to basically drive the wire across from one side to the other, get it up on the other pole, and take the mats out, and then, the mats will be in for less than a week probably, so the amount of disturbance will be minimal. But, probably a little bit of cutting of the brush on either side, but there's really no trees there. It's all tall dogwoods and alders and stuff. But yeah, then the line would follow all the way out back to the road, And if you remember back in that ANRAD, right at the entrance from North Maple, the existing dirt trail that you used to drive in goes through the wetland. And you kind of have to drive down into the wetland and drive out. So for that area too, we also just proposed matting, so we didn't muck it up. But then when we were done, just pull it out and then let it be a farm road again. There's no proposed management or maintenance off this road. This access is literally just to get the poles in, get the wire up, tie it into North Maple Street. And, you know, they, in the future, if ever need to come in here and do maintenance of this line, they'd probably have to come in and talk to you guys about, hey, we have to put some mats in there, we have to, so that would be another, you know, approval from you guys at that point. You know, in the future, if they have to come in and cut vegetation or line falls down, they have to replace it or something like that. But the main access to the site is off of, Rocky Hill, like there's no.
Not kind of like a steep slope over there?
Here?
No.
Here,
No, on Rocky Hill.
yeah, so there's another,
Going into that field is not, no.
this is very steep, so they have an access here, like they have frontage, but this is like straight down.
Gotcha.
This is very flat.
Okay.
Is that like right on the hard corner of Rocky Hill?
Yeah.
Like right,
Okay.
like just below your left thumb is where the hard corner is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that's the access.
That's the access. There's a driveway here now to a house, and then there's
There's like a farm road that goes around it.
There's like a 5-foot wide right of way like right here. They can kind of,
How much of this is gonna be visible from
Yeah,
the street,
figure it out.
from the neighbors?
probably not much, because there's whole houses here, and we're proposing some plantings on this side here. So I can,
Yeah, you can barely see into that field from Rocky
you
Hill.
can't see the field at all from the front.
Yeah, okay, I mean, that's, I just think these dual use, I mean, this is just me talking, these dual uses, where they got the,
They have it higher.
You got the solar panels up high,
Yeah,
and then they plant arborvitae's, which are down here, and then, you know, you got everybody, I was just
Yeah.
thinking, you know, should we be looking at, should we, the town, be looking at, you know, something like this, if it's out in the open, if it's out somewhere, should we be looking to, have them plant like maple trees, or something like, you know, something that's a little bit taller?
I think that's a good planning board question, because they deal with like the line of sight and screening and everything.
Okay, yeah, I mean, is that something that you could bring to them, or should we bring to them, or?
You could show up and bring it
I
to
can,
them, yeah.
yeah, all right.
yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I know we do have some planting here, I can see them on the plan, but that's probably proposed.
I mean, I think everybody knows how I feel about looking at solar panels.
Yeah.
Selective plan.
You have an idea?
I was with you.
Say that again?
I've had enough of looking at them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's, so that,
idea. What's the other dual use? It's for solar panels, and what's the other use?
oh, just hang, I think they're just planning on hanging the field.
It's a,
I just don't know how you even do that.
I don't either.
I don't either, they said that it's doable.
I mean, those
I mean, I could be,
yeah, look pretty tight.
when we come back in, I'll have the bigger project team, so I'll have them to talk about more of the use, but, and the other thing I'll mention too is, we have natural heritage on this part here, so we filed with them, obviously, but the work in the natural heritage is just gonna be the electrical line coming through and maintenance, you know, so it should be fairly straightforward, but they haven't
That's
reviewed
what
it
you
yet,
think?
they'll probably take all
You never
29.
know.
Right.
The natural.
It'll take 29 of their 30 days to review it, just given their staffing right now, I'm sure.
So, how long are these panels supposed to last?
I'm not a solar expert, I always hear 30 years, but I don't know if that's true.
30 years? I mean, who's gonna be around here when those things are done with their lifetime and to dispose of them? Who's gonna be paying for all that?
Would assume the landowner, whoever owns the panel.
Land-
Yeah.
If the
Somebody owns the
landowner
panel.
is gonna be responsible.
I don't know the financial deal here.
Yeah, oh, okay.
If some other thing owns the panels, the land.
You're the guy that gets around the wetlands.
Yeah, I'm the wetlands guy.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I mean, in theory, right, these panel, whatever solar panels, they're good for a certain amount of time, right?
Yeah, they have,
And then technology gets better and better and better, so
yeah.
theoretically, 10 years, 15 years, I might go, hey, we got more efficient panels, we can.
Oh,
put
I'm
them
just
on here.
wondering, you know, in my head, I'm like, okay, is it, we had gas stations, super funds, you
Yeah.
know, leaking tanks and stuff like that. Is that what we're gonna be looking at? You know, federal funds coming in and saving all these things and disposing them and landfilling all this stuff?
they say it's not hazardous.
Huh?
It's not hazardous. It's just glass and
Not
metal,
now,
glass and metal.
not
The
now.
climate change committee said that.
Yeah, well, 15 years ago, we were testing our water, when, what is it? We were looking for, 1 part per million, now we're looking for 1 part per billion, and, and now the water's not drinkable sometimes.
Alright,
We
so
can continue this anyways, right?
Oh, yeah.
this is just a proposed,
Right.
We don't have a DP file.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we still need DP, natural heritage, and then there was a question of if the commission wanted a peer reviewer for this to review the wetland boundaries in the project. This is a little bigger than the other solar that we reviewed, because this is, what, 3.5 megawatts?
This is 3.5
And then has
megawatts.
the wetland crossings.
Yeah, I would definitely say for peer review. For
I
sure,
agree.
because there's other variables in this project that we haven't seen in the other ones yet, so. Now, when it gets to North Maple Street, you're talking about putting 2 poles there also to get over that small little sliver of wetlands where the
Yeah,
road is?
yeah, there won't be any, it'll just be the matting, but yeah, the poles can either.
There will
expand.
be poles there and poles obviously. in the
Yeah, there'll be
other
poles all along the run.
That's, okay,
Yeah.
that's
all okay.
be our aerial.
Yeah, so.
Oh, I thought you were going up and then going back down underground.
Yeah, no, it's underground, so it's gonna be like, no, it's gonna follow along the little trail here and like kind of like go over. So it'll just be like a distribution wire.
Okay.
So then there's 2 poles that are gonna be like in the 35 foot?
Down here. Here, yes.
Okay.
There's no way you can put those underground?
Well, no, you'd be in the wetlands.
Well, you
Just
have
there
to,
you would.
you'd probably have to dig a gigantic pit over here to jack it
I
under.
don't think we want that.
Yeah, just, I mean,
Why not?
dude. I could talk
Digging
about
the
it.
water?
No, jack under.
Mm.
Alright,
No,
yeah, I'd definitely say peer review for sure.
Do you guys have the peer review, you just put it out to bid, or you just have somebody you guys go to?
Well, I usually send out to a few
Okay.
people and get the lowest bid. So is everyone okay with me just, figuring out the peer review stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
And I will work with you on getting the funds and then arranging the peer
Yeah,
review.
and we'll have to wait for the DP comments, so maybe the peer review can be happening simultaneous, we're waiting for
Sure.
Yeah, I'll send that out
Mark
probably later
and
this
Dr.
week.
Myers' comment.
I don't know how long it'll take to get something back, because it seems like everybody's busy, with the holiday and everything, but we will get that moving as soon as we can.
when you looking at, when's the proposed construction on this?
I don't know, I would say probably early next year is what they're shooting for.
Early next year.
That's what I would guess, but
Yeah.
I'm just guessing.
Okay.
And I think they're planning right now and here, so they're kind of doing these both simultaneously.
Okay.
So maybe we should continue to January, so we have time to get the peer review.
Yeah, especially if that's only a 3-week period before our
Yeah.
next meeting. Alright, yeah, so I'll be looking for a motion to continue the North Maple Rocky Hill Road dual use solar to the January meeting,
I'll make a motion.
Which would be the 13th.
January 13th. Alright, I'll be looking for that motion.
Make a motion.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Beautiful. Alright. And then item 8, the ANRAD for Rocky Hill Road lots 11B-18, 11B-19, 11B-21, and 11B-21.2. I'm assuming,
That's me again.
perfect.
Right, so me again, Steve Liberty. Again, this is another Barry Roberts project. I think I forgot what subsidiary he's filing this one under. I think it's Rocky Hill LLC. But yeah, 116 Rocky Hill Road. This is a very large, I put it right here. Let's get my bearings on the thing. Alright, yeah, so I'm looking at it upside down. Large farm field here, ag field here, there's a small ag field in the back.
Mm-hmm.
So the eastern side's over here, and north arrow is this way, your computer side. But yeah, the fields are up, there's no wetlands in the fields, they're very upland, they've been in agriculture the last couple of years. Kayla and I did a field walk out there, we walked through the site. We have a tree line here, it kind of comes out this way, goes over. There's a little cart path over here, a bunch of houses built over up here, Hot Meadow Drive. Another ag field back in here that's smaller that was growing asparagus. So we have basically just one wetland. It's right in the tree line here, which makes sense. That's where the stuff, doing the hay in the field right up to that edge. And then over in here kind of comes up to an old kind of drainage feature. And then the wetland kind of dips into here. Here it's all forested wetland. Goes off property a tiny bit in here. Then it comes back up in here to a intermittent stream with a little bit of BVW on the edge that flows in this way. And then it kind of just heads off property over here. So we just have one wetland system here. This parcel's pretty much all wet up on this side. And that's pretty much it. The open ag field, wetland back up into here. You know, we probably about a month ago, Kayla, we were out there and we walked the whole line. But it's to ANRAD just to confirm the boundary. I don't know exactly what, I think it's a housing thing we talked about putting here, senior housing, but I think that's still up in the air. They want to get the wetland confirmed just so they know where their parameters are.
Let me see, in your application, you had pictures, right? Maybe I
Yeah.
can share those.
Yeah. Water stuff too. This is the solar one and this is the ANRAD.
This is the abutters?
Yeah.
Okay, great, thank you.
Let's say, are you gonna be cutting all those trees down, all that wooded area?
The concept plans I've seen so far, they're not cutting anything down. They just want to use the ag field. But there's nothing proposed right now.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
not even a schematic or nothing.
I saw some concept plans,
Yeah.
but everything was just like,
Yeah.
use the field because but nothing was proposed in the tree line.
So this is looking towards the field and then this is basically looking the other way, right? Looking back at the woods.
Yeah, wetland and eastern portion. Yeah, that's in this part of the wetland here. Once you get back into here, it's more like larger trees and hemlocks and kind of mature stuff.
Mhm.
So, we're just approving BVW, right? Okay, you don't want us to approve any, okay.
Well, I mean, I don't think there's any plan to, there might be some internal resources in here, like there may be a bank within that, but
Yeah.
no.
This
They
should,
just want to know the outer extent of wetlands, so they know where the buffer zones are. And
Right.
so yeah, so this is just approving the boundary and I went out there and I didn't have any.
Yeah, no, I know what's out there.
Basically, if nobody else has any concerns or questions, we will issue, an accurate order of resource area delineation approving the bordering vegetated wetlands boundary. And then I basically drafted some language. But first I wanted to hear if there's any questions.
No, I do.
So, here's the language. This order of resource area delineation is issued for the following properties on Rocky Hill Roads, lots 11B18, 11B19, 11B21, and 11B21-2. This ORAD is valid for 3 years, and any changes or additions can only be approved by a new filing. This ORAD approves the boundaries of bordering vegetated wetlands shown on the following plans. Topographic and wetland delineation plan of land in Hadley, Massachusetts, prepared for Barry Roberts, prepared by Harold L. Eaton and Associates, dated 2/5/25 and last revised 9/10/25. I believe that is the latest plan, right? Okay. There's one wetland system present on the site, wetland A, between flags A1 to A62 and F1 to F19. This ORAD does not confirm the presence or absence of any other resource areas, including riverfront area, isolated vegetated wetlands, BLSF, ILSF, or vernal pools. So now we will look for a motion to issue an accurate ORAD, approving the bordering vegetated wetlands boundary.
I'll be looking for that motion. Your turn.
I make the motion.
That couldn't be both.
The ORAD for the.
I make a motion to accept the established wetlands as shown on this plan.
Need a second now, Steve.
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
I wasn't far behind you, thank you.
I know, all right.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. Signatures. Now, should I send that to you? Or who should I send it to?
Send it to me.
Okay,
Yeah. I'll get it. Tom will probably report it, but I'll get it.
alright, perfect.
All right,
Thank you guys.
thank you.
I got worried when I saw that was like number 7 and 8 on the agenda, and you got a question.
All right, item,
You're just continuing.
right, yeah.
Yeah, that does.
Stacking it up for the next meeting. All right, item 9, notice of intent, 41 Russell Street, the senior housing apartments. You have anyone here for that?
No, we just had to open that hearing because they advertised it for today, but, they submitted that pretty recently. We don't have any DEP comments or anything, and they're working with planning board. Right now, they're getting a peer review, and they're gonna be getting a peer review for us too from the same person, so they're just kind of doing that together.
All right, so I'll be,
Good night, thank you.
thank you. Be looking for a motion to continue this to the December meeting?
Where is this
Yeah.
location?
This is, the Village Barn Shops,
Oh, okay.
where the, Hadley Meeting House is.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be looking for a motion to continue this senior housing apartments at 41 Russell Street to the December 9th meeting.
I make a motion to continue this meeting, 41 Russell Street,
There you go.
next month.
Got a motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes unanimously. All right, public comment. Do we have anyone here for public comment?
No.
Not looking so. All right, other business?
No other business.
We have no other project updates? Do we have any bills?
Nope.
You want to read us the minutes from the last? couple
I
meetings?
don't have the minutes. I'm
All
on.
right, I think we're good then.
Yes.
All right, I'll be looking for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.